We're set. 19. I'm here all day. Watch tight end.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Quickly now, here's a look at the Green Bay offense.
And they should be set up for a big game. They have one of the hottest offenses in the league. They're coming in riding a winning streak, but we've seen these quick turnaround games really wreak havoc with what you've done previously. Hopefully they simplified their offense, and they'll just let their playmakers go out and do what they do best.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On now is the Packers punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What did the columnists write? Possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Franks. This is caught by Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
Check. H3, 218. Chopper.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Dorsett's got it. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be second down. And the offensive starters for Dallas.
And congratulations on their win last week, but they didn't get a whole lot of time to celebrate it on Sunday. They were right back to work on Monday, but you'll have to do things differently when you prepare for a Thursday night game, because normally you'll take some time off. Here you get right back to work on the game plan mentally, and probably not put any...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, here's Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here are the starters defensively for the Cowboys. In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here, just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Delta.
Throwing on 1st down. Franks. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now it's Dorsett. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. We'll look now at our starting defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. But how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Franklin. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a 1st down.
Let's go, defense. Let's go. Here we go. Mike 55, Mike 55. Eat. Watch the run.
On 1st and 10, Franks. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Now Dorsett. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Yeah, he's got it. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. That one broken up by David Long on the defensive end. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. 2nd and 1. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. From a yard out. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. That's 2 really excellent drives for them to start this ballgame, both ending with touchdown passes.
In big picture, they look great, don't they? Like a well-oiled machine right now. But let's down focus a little bit and talk about the guy calling the signals and throwing the passes. He is playing with precision right now, scanning the field and making excellent throws.
So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
This is taken at the 23. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They were winners last week, defeating the New York Giants. They lead this one as well right now as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, Franks. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
They'll run. It's Dorsett. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And they hand it off to Dorsett. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the give, this is Dorsett. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
From the gun, Franks. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Packers on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14. They'll set up a throw. Making the catch is Sternberger. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Fielded at the 20. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Now they air it out to start the drive, and it's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys! A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. 1 play, long touchdown pass into the end zone. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 2nd and 9 now. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely.
Williams loses the football, and the Packers pick it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Got it complete to Rodgers. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. In for the score as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spend too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Dancing to his left. He'll run it, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. Operating from the gun, Franks. He's got his man on the crossing route. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing on first down. Franks got his man. It's Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Second down and inches. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will... Swell by one more. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. That'll be caught by Rodgers. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter.
Ready. 58, come on. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys first.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
A great return there of 22 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. The last time out, some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road to be fairly clear. Every time we have to leave the booth.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
On 1st and 10, Franks. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, G. Check 99. Check 99. Charlie. Mike Part 9. Mike Part 9. We all had.
Throwing again. Franks. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. From 21 yards away, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Touchdown, Dallas. The kicker on for the extra point.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He's going to look deep down the field, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to, and I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give it. 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm coming for you. You mine. Check, check. Lucky. 61. Matchbox. Light.
Back to throw. Franks. A man over the middle, and it's complete. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
On first down, Franks. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, as his guys continue to pour it on.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Taking it about the 16. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it, and a penalty flag is going to give a much better starting position. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Undercrush. Grip.
They'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen. despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number one receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Rodgers brings it in. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game. And then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Packers get set to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They're going to look to throw. Now he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That last catch winds up costing him 3, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd and 13. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey, but it'll be 2nd down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Making the catch is Sternberger. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll set up a throw, and that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. On 4th down, Franks. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake there. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Dallas, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Big numbers, 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is Jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Modesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, dummy pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board like them keeping score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, will I point to God?
Big numbers, 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man, Lord. Pass the biggest scam, but he stretch your distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Ay, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she wanted like me, cause claim she can't count on him. She tried to be nosy and hit on my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board like them keeping score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, will I point to God?
Big numbers, 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers,